Is the new adventure bike from Harley Davidson, the Pan America, in 2020 going to be a success? I'll tell you all about it inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're enjoying the channel and the video so far. Please like, share, subscribe and leave loads of comments below, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. Okay, so in this video I'm talking about next year 2020 and Harley Davidson going all out to enter a new field for them, really, or as many might believe. Yes, the big adventure bike they're coming out with, the Pan America. Now, actually, many would say this is a real departure from the Harley mainstay. You know, as much as when Bob Dylan went electric. You know, it's that kind of feeling for a lot of people. Actually, I think it couldn't be further from the truth. In many ways, Harley had a rich heritage of off-road riding back in the early 1900s, actually, when they first started. Let's not forget the flat tracking days. Let's not forget there's a big movement of vintage Harley racing, you know, on dirt ovals as well. So there is a pedigree there, and they have made off-road variants before. They've made, you know, lots of off-road bikes for the military as well. I'm actually looking at one myself right now. So there is pedigree there. It's just that we as Harley riders or Harley knowing public, appreciating public, we kind of assume that, you know, Harley Davidson are only for the tourers or only for the custom bikes or whatever like that. Now, will it be a success? Well, here's the interesting thing. Harley have come out with a brand new engine for this. It's a liquid cooled 60-degree engine. It's 1250cc. It can actually be changed. They're looking at a 975cc variant as well. This is the same engine that will go into the low custom and the Street Fighter as well, and possibly any others. So it's going to have a lot of adaptability. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and use this engine to maybe relaunch the Sportster with this kind of engine as well. But anyway, let's get back to the Pan America. What will make this success is not the engine. What will make this a success is not the look, okay? The aesthetic appeal of the Pan America. What will make the Pan America a success is if it is capable off-road. Now, let's just get into the psyche of the big adventure bike rider. Most adventure bike riders actually rarely take their bikes onto the dirt anyway. But when they do, they want to feel assured that it is capable, or at least they're not going to fall off too quickly. Those who actually use those big adventure bikes properly off-road, actually use them off-road and take them to their limits, soon come to realize that the big adventure bikes, whilst they are capable, especially if you've got knobbly tires on, whilst they are capable, they are in fact too top heavy, too heavy and too cumbersome, and usually the gearing is too long for serious off-road. That's one of the reasons why I got rid of my Triumph Explorer big adventure bike, because of that fact. It's great as a general purpose on-road, off-road bike, flat hard trails. You can go everywhere, you can have your big adventure, but when it comes to serious off-road, then you really need to come down in the weight classes and the CC classes, down to the dual sport and down to the enduro bikes at the bottom, the 250cc's, let's say. So this is where Harley need to make sure that this Pan America bike is not only capable, but it's also durable as well. It has to be resilient, because people who ride these bikes want to get them dirty, want to put them in the mud, and they also want to make sure that they can leave them dirty for a little bit and not have to worry about them getting rusty. They want to use them as an all-round bike as well. And I think this is where the Harley Pan America may struggle a little bit. It has to have that durability, and it has to appeal to that psyche, to that adventure biking psyche. Now, does it mean that that they can just get away with a standard configuration in terms of engine power, in terms of gearing on this bike, as they would use, let's say, in the Custom or the Street Fighter? Absolutely not. They have to gear this bike for the off-road market as well. They have to make sure that the Pan America is not just a road-going vehicle that you can tour across the States with and maybe just go down a few farm tracks. Okay, it has to be a lot more than that. It has to be a lot better than that. And that will determine whether this bike will be a success or not. I'm very interested to find out about this bike and to ride it when it comes out and to test ride it. But I've got my inkling, my feeling is that it won't be. It won't be good enough in the off-road market. Look, they're going to have a new updated technology, TFT screenings. They're going to have electronics package with it, possibly traction control, that kind of thing. Harley have been very tight-lipped about this whole thing right now. And I think that, this is where people are starting to ask questions, from traditional off-road riders or traditional adventure bike riders. They're looking to say, okay, Harley, you want to bring us a new model, that's fine. Regardless of what it looks like, it appears to have enough ground clearance there, but it's got to cover these bases. It's got to be durable. It's got to be geared right and powered right. It's got to be light enough. Is it going to be light enough, to compete with the other big adventure bikes? Is it going to be rideable enough, capable enough for off-road, that kind of thing? But also, we've got to consider this. It's pricing, and also whether riders are going to be too precious to take this bike off-road. And what I mean by that is this. A lot of big adventure bike riders don't take their big bikes off-road because they are cumbersome and they fear that they may drop them and damage them. Now, one thing we've got to realise, if you take a bike off-road and you take it off-road extensively and you start challenging the limitations of that bike, there comes a point you will drop it. It's inevitable. You're lying to yourself if you think you're never going to drop a bike. You will. When I had my Triumph, the first thing I did from day one, I said, this bike is meant for off-road. It will be taken off-road. Okay? So I pushed it to its limit and beyond its limit. Okay? Did I drop the bike? Yes, numerous times. Did it do much damage? No, because it had engine protection bars and everything like that. But it will be dropped, and that's inevitable. So Harley riders going into buying a Harley Pan America, if they're going to be seriously taking this bike off-road, then are they the kind of people that are going to say, I can't ride this bike off-road because I may damage it or I may drop it? And how durable is it to withstand that kind of punishment? These are the big questions that Harley should have already asked themselves before they even went down this road. Hopefully, this bike will at least be able to compete, but it's got to be able to compete with the BMWs, the Triumphs, the KTMs, even the Suzukis and the Kawasaki's, who actually do really good adventure bikes. So, there's lots of competition there. They're looking at just short of the big, really big adventure bike market. So but they are right there. It's not dual sport. It's got to be higher up. There are big questions of whether it's going to be a success. I'll be interested to find out. I'm sure you will be as well. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. Lots of points to discuss on this Pan America for its off-road capability, but also about the engine and its gearing as well. Right, well, catch you on the next video, whenever that is. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below, and check out the website too, RevelatorAlf.com. Cheers now.
RevelatorAlf.